Dear students, welcome to the video lecture of Model View and Controller Design Pattern. So MVC, Model View and Controller Design Pattern. Model View Controller, that is known as the MVC, is probably called as a software design pattern for developing a web application. A Model View Controller pattern is made up of the following three parts. One is model, second one is view, another one is controller. Model means the lowest level of pattern which is responsible for maintaining the data. Model is a pattern which is responsible for maintaining the data. View, this is responsible for displaying all or portion of the data to the user. View is responsible for displaying all or portion of the data to the user. What is a controller? Controller is a software code that controls the interaction between the model and view. Controller controls the interaction between the model and view. That is the responsibility of the controller. So model is responsible for maintaining the data. View is responsible for displaying all or portion of the data to the user. Controller is responsible for this software code that controls the interaction between the model and view. So this is known as a model view controller architecture. MVC is popular as it isolates the application logic from the user interface. It's isolate or segregate the application logic from the user interface layer and support the separation of concerns. MVC is popular as it isolates the application logic from the user interface layer and supports the separation of concern. Here, the controller receives all requests from the application. Controller receives all the requests from the application. Then it works with the model. It receives all the requests from the application. Then it's work with the model to prepare the data needed for the view. So controller receives all the requests from the application and work with the model to prepare any data which is needed by the view. The view then uses the data. The view then uses the data prepared by the prepared by the controller to generate the final presentable response. So view use the data generated by the controller with the coordination of the model to generate the final presentable response. The MVC abstraction can be generally represented as follows. This is a diagram, graphical diagram. The MVC abstraction can be graphically represented as follows. This is even is requesting a controller. Controller is coordinating with the model and generate the data which is needed by the view. So as per request of the application, the view will generate the view by using the data prepared by the model with the coordinates of the controller. So what controller will do? Controller will coordinate with the model and prepare the data that is represented in the view of the application. So what kind of presentation they need is requested of the application. The view will present the data. We'll see one by one. The model is responsible for managing the data of the application. It responds to the request from the view, and it also responds to the instruction from the controller to update itself. So it's model response request from the view and also responds to the instruction from the controller to update itself. The next one is view. A presentation of a data in a particular format. View is a presentation of a data in a particular format triggered by the controller's decision to present the data. View is a presentation of data. View is a presentation of data in a particular format triggered by the controller's decision to present the data. They are script-based templating system like JSP, ASP, PHP, and very easy to integrate with the Ajax technologies. Very easy to integrate with the Ajax technology. Next is controller. Controller is the main component. Controller is responsible for the responding to the user input and perform interaction on the data model objects. So the controller receives the input, it validates the input, and then perform the business operation that modifies the state of the data model. This is known as an MVC, model, view, and controller architecture. So see the diagram. Event is making a request. Controller receive the request. So what controller will do? Controller will work with the model to generate the data which is presented by the view. So this is known as a model, view, controller architecture. Model is responsible for generate the data, and the view is responsible for presentation. The controller controls the model and as well as the view. So this is the MVC architecture. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you.